up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Major Second Season 1, Episode 9, titled Hikaru's Feelings. And where we're starting off this week's episode at is with the adaptation of Chapter 22 of the manga, and I'm prepared with lots of feels because Hikaru is my boy. So without further ado, let's get to it. Oh my god, so this scene is so sad because this is like right after Hikaru's parents, and you know, he found out that his parents were getting divorced, and oh my god, why Hikaru kept his father's name is just so sweet. Is that because he wants to keep a piece of his dad with him forever, and he wants, you know, when he wants, even though his dad is all alone, he wants to know that his son has his name there too. It's so sweet. Okay, so let's get, after we're still going here. We got the opening song. You know what? And this is after the opening song. I really like that we're getting some of this filler, and this is when Hikaru is going to school. I like that we're seeing Hikaru's school life, because something that we never saw in the manga is we never really got to see this, because the Major Second manga is very fast paced. So I gotta give NHK props for giving us this extra filler content. Let's get going here. And so we're seeing Hikaru turning down soccer. We're seeing, oh my god, we're seeing him walking past the baseball team, and he didn't even go to play with them. And this is like a little bit before the 5-minute mark. Just look, remember that little practice board that was at Daigo's place? He made one on the wall, and he's practicing his pitching. And this is so cool that we're getting to see how Hikaru is practicing his pitching, because that's another thing that we didn't get to see in the manga. So major props for NHK for giving us this content. I'm really enjoying this. There's just, like, writing wise, I will say this about NHK. NHK writing wise has just been freaking phenomenal. I really like what they've been doing. They've been utilizing the writing really nicely. They've been giving us, it's not just like filler, they've actually been expanding on the content of the manga and actually been, you know, answering questions that we've really had, like, in regards to Hikaru, like, how did he practice his pitching and whatnot? And the only thing that I'm just having issues with NHK is that I wish they were, and I said this in regards to, oh my god, to Studio Bones with My Hero Academia, is I don't think NHK is utilizing their animation as much as they could, and it's really driving me goddamn nuts, because I know they can do it. And I wish, and I hope by the time if we do get to this part of the manga where we get to see Hikaru and Daigo reunite, I'm hoping for the love of God they will actually utilize their animation more. But anyway, let's keep going here. I love that, like, at the 5-minute 11-second mark, that right as Hikaru is about to pitch to, like, to the wall or to that board, he pictures Daigo there. You see the image of Daigo there, that with the catcher's mitt. That was a nice touch, NHK. Oh, seeing these pitches right now from Hikaru is getting me really hyped up for when we get to, like, if we do get to chapters 34 and 35's adaptation of the manga. Oh my god, if we get there this season, woo! The animation's gonna be awesome. Dad right after this. This is one of this episode makes, well, I have to call my dad anyways, but goddamn, this makes me really want to call my dad. kid, especially if your mom has like has complete custody or primary custody. Like you understand what Hikaru was feeling, especially if if you really love your dad. Like this is just probably killing a good chunk of you nerdigans right now. So sweet to see that. It's so sad to see that. It's sad and sweet to see Hikaru's childhood. Like to see Hikaru like growing up admiring his dad, and he could have had the opportunity. Toshia even offered him, like, you want to go play catch? He's like, and he didn't take it. And I think Hikaru's just like was thinking to himself, like, I don't want. He didn't want to see. He was protecting himself. That's why he denied himself playing catch with Toshia. But like, it's just so sweet, like seeing how much Hikaru looks up to his dad. And just watching this and like seeing how the media, seeing how a lot of American media doesn't include fathers, and like how like just in American culture in general just delegitimizes fathers. It's just so sad. And when you comparing it to like content like comparing to what we're seeing right now, where Hikaru wants his father, and it's a legitimate cry for his father. It's, oh my god, it's breaking my heart. So, like at the 8-minute 53-second mark, we see Andy and Arabe talking about their trump card, which for those of you that have read the manga, you guys know what it is, which is where Andy and Arabe switch positions. And this is, I like that we're getting the foreshadowing now. I think that's kind of smart, NHK, that we're getting the foreshadowing now about the trump card, and what it ultimately means. So I will give you that, NHK. Writing wise, the writing's blowing me away this week. The writing is fantastic for this week. Animation, I'm feeling extremely underwhelmed by NHK this week. It's very frustrating. Come on, NHK, you could have done so much more with this content. It's just killing me. So a little bit after the 9-minute mark, we're back at the manga canon, which is at the batting cages. Hold on a second. Which is about like page 3. Bottom of like page 4 of chapter 22. So let's get to this. Again, NHK's writing has just been freaking amazing. I'm glad we got the extra scene here of Hikaru's mom calling Toshia about Hikaru. Thought that was nice. And now we're getting to the father-son talk here. And I gotta tell you, writing-wise, this episode has just been phenomenal. I know a lot of people a lot of manga purists are like, this is bullshit. Let's just follow the manga strictly and blah blah blah. Let's just get to the good content. But this, to me, I think this episode has been freaking fantastic. This filler was definitely needed. Because it, again, as I said earlier, it answers a lot of questions that at least I had as a manga reader. I'm very curious what you guys think, especially as a Hikaru fan. There's a lot of questions that were answered for me. So now I'm kind of annoyed that we're seeing. It's just like, HK, why the fuck are you doing this now? I want to see the rest of the Hikaru content. What the fuck? It's not fair. Like, as good as it's nice to see Daigo going to Mizumi's game and shit like that. As nice as this is, I want to see the rest of the Hikaru content. You could have shown the Mizumi content stuff right after. The Daigo Mizumi content right after that. Like, what the fuck, man? Excuse me for getting the crappy cheats. Finally, we're back to the Hikaru content. But like, I'm just thinking to myself, I kind of understand why they wanted to break it up a little bit. And Daigo is learning about, playing as a catcher a little bit more. And you gotta admit, some of the shit was really funny. Some of the content was kind of funny. But anyway, look, and now we're, I don't mind that they're not at the park sitting on a bench. Toshiya and Hikaru, I don't mind that at all, that they're in the car. I'm just glad the content is here. And I'm liking that we're getting additional content to boot. This is, you know, additional, like Hikaru asking, like, how the hell did mom know I was depressed? Or, like, you know what I mean? You know, I love that we're learning more about, I like this content right here, because Hikaru is learning more about his dad, because based on, you know, what we've gotten in the anime and the manga, we haven't learned or Hikaru doesn't know that much, about, Toshiya, so this is really nice. I'm liking this. Oh, we're gonna see Hikaru and Toshiya play catch. Oh my god, this episode is so sweet. Like, I don't mind that most of this episode has been, for the most part, filler. I really don't. This episode has just been really enjoyable to watch. And now we're back to the Daigo content here. Oh, this is what I'm talking about right here. Oh my god. Okay, so before I talk about Hikaru starting to play catch with Toshiya, I gotta say, overall in the Izumi game, I loved fucking Daigo's reactions. They're just awesome. But now we're getting to the good shit here. This is after this is like at the 20-minute 37-second mark, and this was after Toshiya was like, is this a pitch? Is this the kind of pitch you want to throw to Daigo? Look at that fucking this is the kind of shit I want to see from NHK when we get to the battery, when we get to see the battery debut. That's the shit I want to see. That's gonna be so cool. That pitch looks so beautiful. Oh my god. Poor Hikaru, he's crying. He's like, I just want to play with Daigo. It's like I just want to give him a hug. So he ended with basically the end of chapter 22. And chapter 22's adaptation. And oh my god, this episode was so good. The writing this week was just so freaking good. I love the writing that the NHK writers. The NHK writers are freaking fantastic. And the animation for, you know, Hikaru's pitch, like the pitch that he wants to give to Daigo, it gets me so much hype for when we get to the actual battery. Oh man, this shit is gonna be so good. But overall, this episode really touched on something serious, and that's, you know, kids of divorced parents, and you know, how they feel. And I thought this was really a good episode. This was really, really good. Yes, and I did like that we got to see what Daigo was doing in the meantime. He was doing more than just baton training with Sakura. He watched his Izumi's game, which was fun to watch. It kind of gives us an idea of what animation we're going to get during the tournament, especially some of the plays there. We're gonna probably see. I think, yeah, we're gonna see too. So this is gonna be good. I'm really excited for the tournament. This next week is gonna be so much fun. But overall, I'm really curious what you guys thought of this episode. I know a lot of people are probably gonna be like, this was too much filler, blah blah blah. No, this filler needed to happen. It really did. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below or in the Nerdigans Inc. Discord server. The link to that's in the description box below as well. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion. There's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, or purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later.